Hello, everybody. This is Daniel and Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey.
We've been using Teams with some other folks, and we thought we would share with you how we've been using it and if it's something that SREB feels like is a way for our people to better collaborate and communicate as we work with teachers to virtually teach students online more and to do virtual PD. We'll need to find environments that are conducive to that. And so this is one that SREB has purchased and is available. So we've been playing with it and are going to share some of how it's being used for you to see. So you go to your Office 365 account, so you have all these things, and you click on Teams, and it'll come up with the online version of it. But what I do is download down here the desktop version. When you do that, you get a little icon here, which brings up essentially the same thing, but I find this to be far more user-friendly. Rebecca, do you use the desktop version or the online version?
I use the desktop version. I'm not sure that the online one would give you the same notifications. Like the desktop will basically show up if you have any activity, even if you weren't logged into it.
So that's the big point, is it allows you to get notifications on your desktop that things are happening.
Yeah.
So you'll see here, this is where you navigate through the different pieces of it. The first is chat. So, we often communicate through email, or if it's not email, it's often text messages. However, email can get very clunky and it's not very simple to collaborate when you're emailing back and forth about something. Things get to the bottom of an email and you go find it and there's threads. Whereas here, you can see if Rebecca and I were working on a project in the chat, I can simply say, first of all, if I put her name here, it ensures that she gets notification. And I can say, hey, can you send me that survey summary, right? And then much like in an instant message or a text, she can respond. And I can also ask and say, I can upload something from my desktop. And I can say, can you do me a favor and can you review and edit this form scale, right? And what's nice is a couple things. First of all, you saw that, can you reply to that? Because you saw the notification come up, you gave me the thumbs up, and she's replying here. So if I click, I click on it, type a response into the chat box. So if I wasn't in here, right, I'm doing something else, playing around, cleaning up my mess of the desktop. If she types a response,
I sent it.
sent it, and down here, this will pop up. Oh, she has a reply. Sure, I'll get right on it. And I can type right here. Right? So I didn't have to leave what I was doing, right? I didn't have to go to my email. I didn't have to check my phone. I can type right down in there a response. So that's a real efficiency that you can gain by using this type of thing. And it's all right here. Another thing is that I put this here. If I click on files, there it is. And what it's done is it's uploaded it to the cloud. So now Rebecca and I both have access to the same file. So yeah, Google Drive is great and you're using it probably. As you work on a new document, if you're in this place and you send it into this chat room, it creates a shared online version of it in Word that you can both collaborate on. And that also is I think, a pretty powerful way to use this tool. That it's all, and it's for this team. You see, in this team, in this group, I have Rebecca, Kirsten, and Rebecca. And I can edit it, and I can add Joseph Padlock, or group name. I'm sorry, that's the naming the group. I could call this, right, survey development team. And then if I wanted to add somebody to that group, I can go to this chat. I can, this chat is Rebecca, Holt, all the people there that I want. So that's chat. And so to start a new one, you click here and you type in all the people that you want in it. The next thing is Teams. Teams is much like I would say, kind of like a Facebook feel, where you have a wall and you post your resources. So we have a team that we developed that was all about making schools work, digital learning, dealing with COVID-19, collaborative space. So we had people who were like, we're thinking about it. We have all these emails going back and forth. Let's have a conversation. And as we had the conversation, people were able to post the resources we discussed here. Instead of just emailing it out to everybody, we could post it and then have a conversation about it. And as you reply, again, you're getting notifications. And you see you can post videos and links. And again, here, Amanda posted a document. Once she posted that document, it is automatically uploaded into the files. And it is then a shared document that we can all edit for in the group.
I also think that feature is nice because a lot of times you'll have someone say, I don't know if someone already sent this, or, could you resend me that email? They can't find whatever the document is within their email, and it keeps everything in one place.
It's very much like for that group, that team that's working on it, it's a nice way to keep everything together. So the next thing I want to skip assignments. Assignments is really for classrooms, and I haven't really gotten into that yet. That's something that it's a little more involved, and it's when you're using Teams like a Google Classroom. But the calendar is great because I can create a meeting, and it's completely synced with my Outlook calendar. And I can, call the meeting demo for Teams, right? I'm going to add Rebecca Purser, just like I would any other thing. And then the channel is what team I'm in, right? I have different teams. One is my NCRN team. This is the digital learning team. So I'm going to put it in that channel. Channel is the team stream that we were looking at, right? And then once I click send, she'll get an invitation. But what's neat is when I go to that team, and I go to the posts, here is the meeting. And you click on the meeting, and you can join it, and everybody then is sort of put into an online meeting. And you'll notice that it has two things. It has a link. So basically, it's Zoom, Teams, but you can also do a call-in. Now, to keep in mind, right now, it's internal. It's for SREB people who can access these teams. I don't believe you can do a meeting like this that's not online Teams. But if you don't have your own Zoom account and you're an SREB employee and you want to have these types of conversations with multiple people at the same time, this is something that's there for you if you want. Or continue to use Zoom as you have and ignore that feature altogether, but you can still have the meeting and post it here. And again, anything you post in here will be put into the files. And you can also create notebooks, which are essentially OneNote, where you can keep notes if you're so inclined. So those are the main features. Yes, Rebecca?
What would you say if somebody wants to set up a team meeting, but they're not sure that the person that they're sending it to is using Teams? What should they tell them to do? Do they need to set up an account? Will it
Right.
still
So
go
you
through?
so good question. You don't need to set up an account. You automatically have an account by being an SRE.
Through your SREB email, yeah.
Yeah. So the person who sort of created the team has to add the members. So you go to your team and you go, first you create the team, right? So if I want to create a new team, I go to teams here, like this chats, right? So we can just chat anywhere. If I want to create a new team where we're going to be really trying to post stuff and schedule meetings and all that stuff, I click on Teams, I click here, that's new chat, I'm sorry. I go to Teams, I go here, join or create a team. And if I want to create a team, I click this and I follow the instructions. Maybe it's a staff team, yada, yada. I fill that out and it'll create the team. Or if you want to join a team, I can just put people in. Like if I know the team is me, Marcia, Rebecca, and Judy, I can just create the team and I can just add them, right? And just add their name. And then when I do that, they will be in the team. And when they click here, this will appear. This will suddenly appear. And by being in the team, what that means is we have shared access to the files that are here, and we can all post to our wall. Or maybe just to begin with, we could just create a chat, right? And just chat away in here. I can just say, Rebecca, I want to talk to you. And this, I don't need to create anything. If I just do that, see, we were trying this earlier, and we can just chat away, say, hey, you know, where are you going? If you don't need to create a team, I just need to create a chat. But if I really want to do some collaborating around adding resources and collecting those resources, I would create a team and add the people or send out a code. So I'm going to send out a code for this team and you all can join it. Anybody in SRB can join it. What this team was or is people sharing online resources or any resource for building digital learning opportunities. So this could replace sort of a mass email back and forth. ID. So I'm going to be sharing that with everyone.
And I just posed that question because I do feel like sometimes people, when you send a meeting invite, will be like, oh, I don't use Zoom or I don't use Skype or something. Everyone at SREB has Microsoft Teams, so there shouldn't be anyone within SREB who wouldn't be able to do a meeting through Teams.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all. I'll send you a code to join this team. And what I would recommend you do is just get a buddy and just start chatting while you're working on something involving work, of course. And if you have a team of people and you want to collaborate on, you're doing putting together a PD or putting together a meeting, try experimenting with using Teams as a way to put, instead of I'm going to email this to you, say I'm going to post it in our team. And that way it's all right there and easy to access. All right. I know using new tools can be daunting, but you know, hopefully this is an opportunity to expand our skills a little bit. Thank you all for participating.